Hello, my name is Kazanfer and welcome back to this section. In this lesson, we'll be learning how we're going to combine our Power BI and Excel and work in Excel to make pivot tables with our Microsoft Power BI data that we worked with in our previous lessons as well. So let's get right to it. First of all, what I want you to do is go to your Power BI online. Represent your data set in your Excel sheet. So here we have our workspace, and when you go to your workspace over here you have your data set. Now when you're working with Excel, your data set is always the most important thing you have to know. So in your data set, when you click on it, of course you can see that it gives you options. So when you click on this data set and you go down, here you have your sales dashboard, and you have the option of analyzing in Excel, of course, which we'll be working around with. However, what I want you to do is go to Microsoft Power BI and download the Microsoft Power BI Publisher. Right now I've already downloaded it, so it gave me that message, and you know how to run them. It gives you the running options and you run them, and of course they add them in Excel. So what I want to do right now is go to my Excel and look around my top tabs. So when I look at these tabs, I have home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and Power BI. This is the one I was looking for. When I click on profile, I want to sign in. So of course I'll sign in. Now that I have my profile connected, what I want to do is I want to connect the data. So when I click on connect data, I select my workplace, and that's the only type of data I have. And I want to connect my sales dashboard. And when I connect my sales dashboard, what happens is that it loads, and of course the sales dashboard will soon enough appear over here in Excel form, and not in the dashboard form, of course, because we'll be working with tables over here. It's important to know your features in Excel along with your opening Power BI over here, but you can learn that by talking around yourself as well. So over here, as you can see, we have our pivot table over here, and what we need to do is we have our rows and values. So first of all, what we need to do is we have to take our manufacturer in our rows or in our columns, and the cost of sales as our values. The problem is the field we are moving cannot be placed in that area of the report, as you can see. You can also add country, and when you add cost of sales again to your value, the problem is it cannot be placed. Now why can't it be placed? The main issue is that these measures contain, these are not measures yet. That's the issue. So what we need to do is we need to go to our Power BI, and in our Power BI we need to go to our home or to our modeling tab and create a new measure. And when it loads, as you can see, um, you have your fields over here on the right. So what we want to do is create a new measure of total sales, and that total sales will basically be summing up all the sales, and it'll be a proper measure that we can use in our Excel. So right now what we need to do is first of all close this. First go to our modeling, create a new measure first of all, And when we click on new measure, it loads a window, of course, where we can make our new measure. So basically, before we actually make it, let me tell you how the measure works. We'll use the term of summing and create a new measure in our fields area. So over here we have our total sales is equals to sum of, what we're gonna add is sales, and then what we're gonna do is enter it. And after we enter it, what happens is that a total sales is created over here. What we then want to do is publish this, and we want to save our changes, and we want to apply our changes. After we do this, of course, what happens is that this publishes it in our Microsoft Power BI online, and as we have used our analyze in Excel from there, or perhaps you can say your Power BI Excel publisher, then what happens is that you can use it in your Excel as well. So right now what it's doing is applying the query changes, and the document is being evaluated right now. Of course, when you're working with Power BI Desktop, being the heavy app that it is, it takes its time, and you need to make sure that you have a good amount of RAM space. Otherwise, what happens at times is that instead of just slowing down, your PC is it it lags and then it crashes. So we don't want that to happen, of course. So we have to make sure that our PC is compatible for Microsoft Power BI. So right now what they want me to do is go to my file name, and I'll just name it sales and save it. After I've saved it, what I do now is I go to my analyze options and I refresh my data. After it has been refreshed, I can make sure that I can use this in my values. So over here, I'm going to drag total sales and put it in here as well, and then work around them. After I've done this, I know that I can use my pivot tables when in Excel, and they'll work pretty well.